So now we're going to move on to introducing our recall cue. The recall cue is the word that you'll use when you're outside to get your dog to recall. You can use any word, come, here. I use touch. All I'm doing is showing Flea here my hand, and every time his nose targets my hand, I'm clicking and rewarding. Now what I'm using here is a portion of his kibble dinner. Because we're doing the high value recall as well and using all those high value treats, I don't want to A, overfill my dog with too much food, or B, lose the value of that higher value recall. So this is just our basic recall. So every time Flea's nose touches my hand, I click and I reward. Recall is basically your dog targeting you. So I want to make it nice and easy with a hand signal. Once he's got that, I'm going to then say the word, which is touch, and then present my hand, and then click and reward. And then after that, when he targets my hand, I'm going to click while his nose touches my hand, and then I'm going to throw the treat further away. As his head comes up and he looks to me, that is when I use my recall cue, touch. And then he comes running back, so that he fully associates the moving back towards me with that word. And again, I only click when his nose touches my hand. Now, as you can see here, we are doing this recall in a hallway. This totally sets Flea up for success, that it's a straight run back to me. This is a great way to teach a puppy, and you can give them their dinner at the same time. It's a great way to also bond and to get their meal and to learn a recall. So I'm just beginning it here. The other place that you could use is perhaps an area with a few chairs, so that, you know, the dog has a straight run, or a driveway. But I would encourage you doing this inside first rather than outside, just so that there is no distraction, so that we're totally setting the dog up for success. Just at this point here, Flea had lost one of his treats underneath the camera stand, so he wasn't going to be rude and barge it out of the way, so I was just going down to move that. So I would be practicing this as often as possible. And really, every time you're about to give your dog something that he likes, whether it's a toy or whether it's his meal or whatever, I would be encouraging that you use your recall cue just now. Again, this is completely separate from the higher value recall that I put up on recall part 2. So you work these two totally separate. Now in the meantime, while you're out, harness and long line at all times, so that we're not affecting our new recall. If you already have a recall cue, change it so that we know it's not poisoned. Happy training!